You sound like you have a lot in common with President Biden. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell has not done many interviews this year, but he invited us to Capitol Hill Friday to talk about President Biden's request to Congress for more than $100 billion in aid for Ukraine. What? There's resistance among some Republicans, including here in the Senate, about bundling things together. Is it possible to pass Ukraine aid if it's not tied to Israel?
I don't make money from Ukraine. You do.
I just think that's a mistake. I mean, I know there are some Republicans in the Senate and maybe more in the House that think Ukraine is somehow different. I view it as all interconnected.
And you've said that you believe there is enough oversight of aid to Ukraine. Why hasn't that persuaded some members of the Republican caucus?
I don't make money from Ukraine. You do.
If you look at the Ukraine assistance, let's talk about where the money is really going.
The New World Order.
A significant portion of it's being spent in the United States in 38 different states.
I don't make money from Ukraine. You do.
That's what President Biden's seeking to do.
It's correct. No Americans are getting killed in Ukraine. Blowjob! I have a hard time finding anything wrong with that. I think it's wonderful.
You sound like you have a lot in common with President Biden.
On this issue that we're discussing today, we're generally in the same place. Well, we want to make sure we're not sending money to Hamas, I can tell you that. But we want to be careful about
That's not funny!
how the money is spent. Be sure it actually gets where it's supposed to get.
Hello, Grandpa.
Well, I hope we're going to have a speaker sometime soon.
That's not funny!
Look, I think we need to get tougher with Iran, and I do think the weakness of both the Obama administration and the Biden administration, they're funding Hezbollah, Hamas, creating problems all over the Middle East, and we shouldn't be doing any business with them. And we need to stand up to the axis of evil, not try to do business with them.
I don't make money from China. You do. I don't make money from Ukraine. You do. I don't make money from Russia. You made $3.5 million, Joe.
People wonder about your health. How are you feeling? How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm completely recovered and just fine.
You and your office felt the need to share and disclose some of the details about your health because of some of these public incidents. And the doctor here said there was no evidence of Parkinson's disease or a stroke or a seizure. And I wonder, is there anything the public should know that wasn't disclosed?
I'm in good shape, completely recovered, and back on the job.
So does that mean that you think you are able to continue serving and you want to continue serving here at a time when we are talking about incredible dysfunction in Washington? You've made clear you have a lot of policy disagreements with the former president, Donald Trump. Doesn't it trouble you that he is the front runner for the Republican nomination, given the questions he has raised about aid for Ukraine, for example?
I don't make money from Ukraine. You do.
It's the candidate for president when you have a presidential election who becomes obviously the most visible person in your party. And we don't know who that's going to be yet.
What?
Dabbling in the presidential election is something I'm just not going to do.
Outright treason.
You sound like you have a lot in common with President Biden.
I don't make money from China. You do.